Okay, good evening. It's the 18th of March, 2026. So yeah, I mean, like it says, definitely I'm not bullish. And like the title says again, but anyway, hope everyone's had a great trading day today. Hope you're well, keeping well. All that matters is your health and everything else. Like someone usually says, it's a cherry on the top, cherry on top, really. So again, it's always interesting that we always get something to talk about, isn't it? And like I said, I'm still not bullish, and I haven't been bullish for about 6 months, really. I think, yes, I still make some, I mean, I do make some trades, here and there, but overall, I would definitely not say I am bullish of this with this market right now. And I think this market is showing its hands. I mean, if you look at what we normally see, I think with, like I said, this market is number one. It's very much headline driven. That's number one. Number two, if you look at, I kind of go, out of culture today, out of what I normally do. And I start off with crude oil right now. And you can see crude oil, this is, I think I put this line there and I've put it there since last year. And I said, if crude oil breaks this barrier, that's it. It's bullish. But look at that. It's on a 3-year barrier. But look at what it did. It just broke it and it just ran with it aggressively. And I put a note out today in the group. I said, I think it was at 97. And I said, look, there's a $2 pump on this thing. I think it ran to 100. I took some profits and I just left it watching. What I've got to say is there is a lot going on right now, and things are changing by the order. One thing we can say is that yes, it takes boots on the ground, wins war, planes, jets, bombs, etc. And I hate to say this, but unfortunately, we still have war going on in the Middle East, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Lebanon, people are dying, USA. We're praying for peace. But looking at this, how is it affecting us? It's affecting us with oil. We're not getting a fixed price in oil. But, as a trader, what I can see, and this is something I've been looking at for a while, I've got to say though, if you are, whether you're a scalper or not, if you're a trader, the real meat is right there. Unfortunately, the real meat of the trade is right there. If you're getting in now, I wouldn't I wouldn't say you're gambling because nobody knows when war is going to be over. They never give a notice to say that there's a strike. Sorry, there's a ceasefire. But of course, when it starts, that's when you can pick. So when I get in oil, I tend to not stay too long because, and of course, we know the way market prices things aggressively. So right now, I've kind of just went in for the initial 2 hours, a $2 move, and I came out. But while I'm not exactly a day trader, sometimes you got to wear your day trading hat. And that's it, really. So, again, there was another note today from President Trump. He said, when is too late Powell going to lower the rates? Honestly, do we have a reason to lower the rates right now? Yes, things are going bonkers, but we've added an extra war, which we do not need into the midst of these things. But that's another thing. We don't need this war right now. We pray for peace. That's what I mean by that. But it complicates things. Just throw this spanner in the works with what we have. And unfortunately, I don't see the point why we're gonna have to have a rate cut, really. What, I mean, Jay Powell, who's not generally expected to oversee another rate cut ever again. He held the rates today, and I probably got to say I think he's right. I mean, if you look at what TLT is saying, which is the gauge, TLT, and it's quite interesting actually because TLT has been digesting all the moves from the market so far, so good. But what did TLT do? Again, like I said, fairly calm. So nothing at all. Also, we have the VIX. The VIX, which is the fear gauge, That's been saying something for a while now. But look at the VIX. The VIX is up 12%. And something I've been talking about again, look at the VIX. The VIX is almost 70% up year to date. Look at the curl, the call. And I believe this VIX has still got a lot more to do. So personally, if you cannot scalp or day trade very short time frame, I'll just wait. Let the whole thing die down. Let this war get digested. Let things settle. You want to buy low, sell high. Look, VIX is giving you an indication now of things about to get a lot cheaper. So you want to start, stacking your cash right now. Build your shopping list, and that's what you want to do. What's another indicator? I mean, like I said, I'm not bullish at all. Look at the dollar. Look at the dollar. Dollar was very cheap, and we know what that means. When dollar is down, you got more money in your hands. But right now, it's up. And yesterday it closed, it was up 99 cents, but now it's back to 100. This is not good. I think long term or in the intermediate time, I think I expect dollar to come here, down, and maybe 106 before it start reversing. But what does that tell me? You can't make a reckless move right now. You just have to be cautious, be patient, let it jump, let it come to you. So yes, I mean, this is the buy the deep economy. But while many people are buying the deep, for me personally, I love to wait. And take some scalp. I've got some exposure. But other than that, I'm waiting on a lot of things. Also, I think there's not a lot in the markets at the moment. I mean, I'm not really making, but making trades. I've got a few which I'm still holding on. I think another one I'm holding on, for example, is Dow, for example, and I'm still holding on to my Dow. And what is Dow doing? Fairly stagnant, but I've got to give it to the market though, because I'm not going to close without talking about the market. The key market itself. Now. What do we see? Dow is at 37.7, really. Look at Circle. This is one of those that's been doing amazingly well. I mean, that was Dow, 63% year to date. Look at Circle. Sorry, the screen's just gone blank. Circle, 67% year to date. So, we do have some companies that's just been doing amazingly well, creeping, and they're just going gently, and while they're not listening to the markets at all. But if you look at the markets itself, look at the queues. You're going to see the BK box in here, 594. I was waiting for this thing to break down. This market has been terribly resilient. And if you look at it, it was stuck to 600, but now it needs to break out of this box for me personally to say, yeah, definitely bearish right now. But I'm still not bullish. Does not mean I'm bearish. I think this market needs definitely a healthy correction, but it's just been stuck right here. Look at Tesla, which I've been bearish on about 400 at some points. Again, not bearish. I just thought Tesla I don't see what is holding Tesla up there. Sorry, I think I'll click on futures. There you go, 392. So, and year to date is still negative. I mean, we do have some big name stocks. They're not all doing very well at the moment. Palantir has actually been very strong to stay at 150s above, but again, it broke down today. So, all we can say is you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. Know why you're patient, know what you're patient for. That's all I can say. We do still have quite a few other ones. I mean, if you look at the software was kind of broke to 87 at some point, but guess what happened? It broke down. So um just 84, like I said again, but the market's been terribly resilient. Otherwise, it should have broken a lot further down. Another one was the airlines, which I was watching out today, looking at today. Again, look at that. Airlines just went scoop up and down. So, overall, you've got to be patient, you've got to be gentle, take your time. I think right now, build your watching list, your shopping list. Don't do anything rascal. Sometimes the best trade is the one you fold your arms. Price action is not great. It's been a bit choppy. But until then, guys, I shall see you tomorrow. I think before I forget, Micron, they had earnings today. It was an impressive earnings. I think it was three times whatever it was. Where is it again? I made a note. Yeah, it was revenue nearly tripled year over year with Q3 guidance projecting nearly all-time highs. But I think market kind of dumped it. But because you could tell this has been priced into this has been priced perfectly, but it dropped a little bit. But anyway, there's quite a few of them in this zone. I mean, SMDK as well, which that's done about 40% this month alone. And this month has only been about what, just over 2 weeks into it. So it's just been creeping all-time high, permanently. But anyway, sometimes we win some, sometimes you lose some. I saw this thing at a very low, but you know what? You can't win them all, can you? But anyway, tomorrow is another day, and every day on here is a blessing. But I've got to say, have a good night. It's bedtime here for me. I need to go catch some sleep. Good night. God bless. Bye bye.